to see that a little bit right?
Probably not. I can't never see anything. I don't know how to use this thing. So.
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Andrew Dove, and this is my beautiful wife, Rhonda Dove, and we're 30 to Forever. We were just coming on a bi-weekly topic that we talked about. We started out last week, which was cherishing and respecting your spouses. And my wife, she has gotten some great insight on this through her studies today. When we were discussing this, and we just want to invite you in on our discussion for the evening. And I pray that you guys can ask questions or put your comments in, and we want to be able to share this conversation with you.
So, in my do you want to open up a prayer? Why is it upside down?
My tablet's crazy.
Do you want to open up a small, quick prayer or anything?
Yeah. Lord, I just thank you for this time, this day, this opportunity that we can just discuss openly and honestly with you. Father God, I pray that there's something that's said or done here tonight that's going to be a blessing to someone else in their relationships and their marriages. In Jesus' name, amen.
So, last time we were on here, we Andrew said that he would put out a question to see if anybody was willing to share on ways that they show their husband or husband showing your wives how much you cherish and respect one another. And so in my Bible study this morning, part of it came out of the Song of Solomon, and I just could not stop reading the Songs of Solomon because
the Songs of Solomon are juicy.
It's juicy.
If you want to know how to love on your spouse or treat your spouse, read the Songs of Solomon. Yeah, and I can. But you know, when people read the Songs of Solomon, I can hear people. I'm not saying all that. I'm not doing all that.
But the thing
I can see and hear that.
Why would you have a problem of saying that to someone that you love that much?
Because the Song of Solomon just goes. It goes deep.
Okay, so it is like
when you start the Song of Solomon, you go into the deep end.
A love story. It is like telling your husband and letting the world know how much you love and adore your wife, or how much you love and adore your husband. The way they talk to each other,
yeah,
and the way they talk about each other when they're apart. I mean, I love my husband, and my husband loves me, and not to just make it seem like, you know, we are just this super romantic, super loving couple.
We have we have moments.
We have our moments
where, you know, we're looking at each other like, I don't like you right now.
Not necessarily I don't like you right now, but more of you getting on my nerve, you make me sick. Could you please go in another room? Why are you standing here?
Same principle, right?
So, but I mean, in all relationships, you have your moments like this. And during this time, during the coronavirus and everything, where everybody's on lockdown, you really have an opportunity to see where your relationship stands. Now, some people.
Speaking of the coronavirus, if you have been on self-quarantine or shelter in place and you have been locked up in the house with your spouse for the last 2 weeks or so,
exactly, yeah,
and y'all about to kill each other, we're praying that there's something we say or do here tonight that kind of remedy that a little bit, because I've heard, you know, I got people that I work with, they're tired of looking at their spouses being at home every day.
I mean, I can understand that, but you're blessed to be able to have that opportunity, because I know if it was with me and you, and I know people cannot believe this, but we really, really, really do like being around each other.
We do.
Even though I will be like, can you please go in another room sometime? Because as much as I like being around my husband, he likes being around me even more. Go figure. So, really?
Yeah, because you know me, I'll go outside.
Yeah, you'll go outside, but if you're inside...
I like being outside.
But if you're inside, you want to be right there where you are. Right there. Right there.
Shelly says, I've been enjoying my husband. He's been enjoying all the cooking. Right? I know that's right. But you know, people aren't a lot of people they're forced to spend time with their families right now. They're
This-
forced to spend time with their spouses right now. More time than what you normally spend with them.
Exactly,
Because just think, if both of y'all go to work all day, you don't see each other all day, and just say one gets off at 5, one gets off at 6. You get home.
Whatever how long it time it takes you to get home.
Cook dinner. Talk for a brief moment,
And then to bed you go.
and have some adult activities after that, and then
You have to include the adult
because that's
activities.
the fun part, and then you go to sleep. So you really only have a couple of hours that you're honestly interacting with your spouse.
So this should be a time where if you are having any kind of issues, you really find out how much you really like one another or how much you dislike one another. And if it's better that y'all don't spend as much time together, which is really a sad thing. But if you're with the person that you love, that you adore, then this is the time that you build on that.
Right.
Because you're forced to be together and you want to be together.
Right.
So it was just some I just want to just read real quick. Can I please?
Yeah.
Okay, out of the Song of Solomon. What chapter is this? It is Solomon 2, chapter. I want to read and can't see. Anyway, it's where the bride adores her beloved husband.
Okay. Start reading.
Okay. The voice of my beloved, behold, he comes, leaping over the mountains and bounding over the hills. My beloved is like
You gotta read louder.
My beloved is like a gazelle or a young stag. Behold, there he stands behind our wall, gazing through the windows, looking through the lattice. My beloved speaks, and he says to me, arise, my love, my beautiful one, and come away.
Man, dude sound like he a stalker.
It don't. It's like she see her dude off in the distance, and here he comes. And
I'm teasing.
Look at the way he's coming
I'm
towards
teasing.
her.
I'm teasing.
It's like, yeah, because I mean,
yeah, you can look at it as, when the husband is coming home, just say you beat your husband home, wives, you beat your husband home, and you know that he's going to be turning the corner, just say at 5:15, and you have this excitement build up in you that he's going to be turning that corner at 5:15, pulling up in that driveway, and you just
anticipating his arrival and longing to see him as much as he is to see you.
Yeah, and you said a good word, anticipate. How many of you anticipate the arrival of your spouse?
Well, right now, I do anticipate the arrival of my honey coming home, but we have rules when you come to the door, so you got to follow the rules first.
But that's only because of, the coronavirus. Yeah, that's no problem.
But, I mean, it's just like when kids and their dad, when they're small children and their dad is coming home, and they oh my God, they hear the truck pulling up, and then it's like, oh my God, daddy's home, and it's the running to the door and looking out the window, and here he comes, and then you go hide because you're excited, but you want him to find you. You just have that moment, but it's just like you have to.
Hey, Jamila.
It's like that anxiousness, that heart starts beating fast.
Right.
So I mean, I do get that. I get that.
I hope so.
I mean, sometimes. Sometimes.
Listen, when I pull up, I'm excited to come, especially since not only that you work from home, but you because of the coronavirus, you're at home a lot more. You're not going out, venturing out,
I'm not allowed to go out the house.
When I come home, when I'm on my way home, I'm excited to know that you're here when I get here.
Yes.
I'm excited to see your face.
Just that anticipation.
And it is.
Those butterflies.
But see, I'm wondering what would be different if I was here with you and I wasn't able to go to work. Would we still be the same way?
I mean,
going on vacation is totally different because on vacation you have itineraries, you have other things that you like to do, but I like to chill when I'm on vacation. That's my.
Yeah,
I
we
like
just
to
lay
rest.
around
But,
and bump each other.
but see, my thing is like if we were forced at this time to be able to sit in the house together 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, how sick will we actually get of one another? Will we still anticipate each other? Would just say if I was outside all day in the yard, would I still, like I can't wait to get in the house to my wife, or I can't wait till he come in this house. I'm gonna do something to him. Not bad, but good.
Of course, yes, okay, but it should be that those moments are moments that we look forward to and that we cherish to be able to grow even closer together. Because I know a lot of people are saying, well, there's going to be some corona babies. I'm sure there will be, because sometimes we don't have nothing better to do than adult activities. But at the same time, with me being here all day, and if you were here all day, I could see us piddling around the house, laying around on the sofa, finding some different activities to do that we would enjoy doing together, and you sleeping a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, other than that, I don't really see us doing nothing too much to get on each other's
you only can sleep so much. I mean, eventually you're gonna get bored, and will you get bored with your spouse while you're spending that much time together? If why are you smiling?
I mean, there's things you could think of to do.
There's a lot of things you could think of to do, but a lot of these families got their kids at home
and
too.
That's the other thing. With us, we're empty nesters, so we don't have nobody in the house with us but us. So if the house is already clean and there's nothing else to do, it's just us. What else are we gonna do? Lay around, play around, and go to sleep. Cook, eat, find something to do outside in the yard. But that's just for me and you. That's what our routine would look like. But now you interject a child in there, and then the mama's telling the child to do this thing, the daddy's telling the child to do this thing, and then they start bumping heads. And at some point, or maybe just getting sick of looking at you. I don't want to look at you no more. Now, if you laying around in your underwear or walking through the house in your birthday suit, I can see that being a problem. Because that's something I don't like. If you get up in the morning, you put some clothes on. So if you was to tend to do that on a daily basis and not put clothes on, yeah, I probably have an attitude, because I'm like my grandmother. You get up, you make up the bed, you put your clothes on. But you are that person that would get up and run through the house butt naked all day.
If I could, I would. But in this time, you shouldn't have to find an excuse to spend time with your spouse if you're at home together.
You should want to.
You should want to be able to connect at an even more intimate and even more a level where it far passes where you're at right now.
Yeah.
Because I know when the coronavirus stuff kicked off, I really wanted to spend. I was like, can I volunteer to stay home?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be in. Y'all, please apologize. We apologize for that phone ringing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But, I didn't think anyone.
But I really wanted to stay home because I knew my wife was going to be at home, and I wanted to, not just to lay around the house, but I really wanted to have that one-on-one time to connect with her.
Those conversations.
And to have, not turn the TV on, but actually talk
or having a Bible study together, or something that we would enjoy together. Working out together.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that I was talking about the last time that we were on, was that we were on a 45-day challenge and working out together. The way that he puts attention into making sure that I push myself to the next level, and that shows me that, okay, I want better for you. I know that you can do better. Let's try to go take it a little bit higher. The only thing that I don't like is that he be like, oh yeah, you're going to add 5 pounds on. Oh yeah, we're going to do this. And then I'm like, that's too heavy. And he was like, you don't know it's too heavy because you haven't even tried. And he'll push me to try other things. But us working out together is what? Kind of erotic.
No.
We have those moments that, when we're working out, that is just like, okay, workout's done. Let's go play.
Yeah, but it's time. And see, a lot of this time, we have all this time to spend together with your spouse right now. That's a good thing. Work out together.
Work out together. That's something that you don't get to do on a regular basis.
Right.
So that's your opportunity to be together, to and even cooking together, because we cook together.
Yeah, we cook together sometimes.
I don't like cooking with him though. I don't.
No,
but we do it.
Yeah.
From time to time, we just have our different styles in the kitchen.
Yeah, and her style don't match. It really doesn't mesh with my style.
Because your style is just cook and we'll clean up later, and mine is cook and just clean as you go.
No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about.
Well, that's the only part that bothers me. I need the kitchen.
I'm particular about heat on the stove and the kind of seasons that we put in, and
you just keep adding stuff until you get to the taste to smell like you think it should taste.
No, but that's neither here nor there.
But these are still things that you can do. But to show him that I cherish him, as I was thinking about him coming home from work today, or that I respect him. I know that he's been working all day, and I know that he's tired. So. And I don't cook all the time, and I'm not going to lie and say that I do. I don't. But I wanted him to come home today and have his meal ready so that we could be able to relax and get on the sofa. And because I knew we had to come on and do the 30 till forever. So I thought about all that and just thinking about the things that he needs and the things that he likes, the simple things that he would enjoy, shows him that I respect him, that I appreciate him, and that he means a lot to me.
That's good. So, the small things that you can do to show your spouse that you're thinking about them.
Yeah, just
small things.
Just like I say, I'm thinking about you.
I do a lot of the cooking at the house because I like to cook. But when she cooks, I know when she cooks, and I know that she's cooking because she's like, I really want to do this for my husband. And when I'm cooking, I relish in the fact that I'm doing something to not just help out, but to take care of my wife. That's how I view it. I guess maybe that's why I get so much joy out of cooking, is because I feel like I'm taking care of you.
But at the same time, when we do cook for each other, we both be sitting there looking like, because we want to know that you're enjoying the food.
Right.
And I am a big complainer. I enjoy him cooking, but I always find something to complain about.
Always. She's a complainer. She can't help it.
I just said it. I'm a big complainer.
Is. So. But and that's another thing. If you know your spouse is a complainer,
what you gonna do?
Take it with a grain of salt.
Right.
You know that your spouse is gonna find something wrong with what you're doing.
I don't.
Yes, you do. Every single day, no matter what it is, you're gonna find something, and just take it with a grain of salt, and know that they're gonna nitpick something and not be happy with it, and just let it roll off your back. Just let it go
because they're gonna cherish that person.
Because it's not worth the argument. It's not worth the fight.
And that's the other thing. We have to also look at the things that we're fighting over.
Yes.
Because a lot of the times we're not picking our battles good, and sometimes you could just say, okay, and just let it go. And that is a hard thing to do.
Our last argument a couple of days ago, I don't know what the hell we was arguing about.
Why you cussing?
I didn't cuss.
H-double-L is a cuss word.
I don't know what we were arguing about. It wasn't, but because it wasn't words, I'm like.
How long did we argue?
It was briefly. It wasn't even.
What was it about?
I don't know.
Well, when did it happen?
It wasn't a couple of days ago. It wasn't important though.
But if you don't remember what it was, and it's not even exactly what happened,
that's the point I'm trying to make. It didn't matter.
It didn't happen.
It did not happen. It happened, but it didn't matter.
I don't even remember what you're talking about.
Exactly. That's why it didn't matter.
No, if I got upset about it, it probably did matter.
You got upset. You got upset. You got a little hot under the collar.
I have to think about that because I don't remember. I'm serious. Okay, so.
But see, like I said, they just show you that small those things that you do when some arguments ain't even worth carrying the weight.
And if you love the person that you're with and you respect them and their opinions, sometimes one of you have to say, have to just that. Okay, it's not even worth arguing over.
And this ain't even worth it.
Let's just let this one go. And a lot of times people be on why I always got to be the bigger person. I'm like, what? You just stopped the argument.
Exactly.
You prevented this thing from going to a whole nother level over something that really does not matter.
Right.
So when you're having an argument or something, you can see it coming. Because most of the times you can see it coming. And sometimes people just like to pick fights. I used to be a picker.
Yeah.
So I don't pick no more. I don't like the confrontation. It does still happen. We still get into our little altercations.
But what married couple doesn't.
Exactly.
Everybody does.
Exactly. But it's a lot easier for me now to be like, okay, you got this. Or my favorite line is, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In which I know now when she says yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
She being sarcastic and she,
It's me letting it go. It's just the way I have to let it go. I come to terms in my own head. This ain't even worth fighting over. Yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir.
See? Sarcastic.
I don't say it that way all the time. I just say yes, yes, sir.
But like Shelly just said, she said, pick and choose your battles.
Pick and choose your battles.
Pick and choose.
Wisely.
Like I said, some stuff ain't worth it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But then some stuff has to be discussed.
And the discussion and the argument is two different things. It's the matter of the way that you sit down and you take care of your different issues. Out of respect for my husband, I'm always going to let him know that he has the last word. I'm going to voice my opinion, but it's how I voice my opinion.
And see, sometimes the way she voices her opinion, it gets me in another place because I didn't appreciate how she started voicing her opinion.
But I always tend to take a step back and think about how it might be coming across, and I give myself a moment to reevaluate how I'm saying it so that I will not be disrespectful.
And see, that's the thing. You have to watch how you present your stuff to your spouse when you're in a tiff.
Yes.
You gotta, like you said, you gotta think about the words that you're gonna say
and how you're saying it,
and because everything's gonna get lost in the translation,
right,
and the perception of it.
Exactly.
And then when it gets lost, it's gonna blow up way bigger than what it should.
Because if you stop and you think about it, you're not talking to a child. And I always have to bring myself back to that's not a child, that is a grown man, that is my husband, and I respect him. So dial it down, Miss Dove, because this is not something that you want to be going all in, heads down with. Because, I mean, it's just not. I love you enough to be able to say, okay, you got this. And you love me enough to be able to come to me later once you have stated what you had to say and either apologize or re-explain why you came to the conclusion that you did. And we both do that. Yeah. Because there's some times where I know I step over the line, but I'm not too proud to come to you and apologize if I feel like I've stepped too far. Now, back in the day, the old Rhonda wouldn't care. It's just like I said it, that's what I said, that's what I meant, and deal with it. But now, as I have grown and matured and cherished the relationship that we have,
yes,
I know to speak to you in a manner that is not only respectful but loving, in order so that
you've gotten better. You've gotten a lot better.
In order to show you how much I love you.
You better not say it. Don't you do it.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
In order to show you how much I love you, I have learned to dial it back a lot.
You have. But like I said, you still have. But we all have moments.
We do have moments.
Well, we have a kink in the armor or a glitch somewhere where we
start smelling ourselves and think we know it all, and we have to just stop and be like, okay, honey, you need to chill with that.
Right. We started off talking about the Songs of Solomon and how
they talk to each other, the way they talk to each other, and not only the way that they talk to each other, but the way they talked about each other,
right,
when they were around other people. You know, when you are around your friends and stuff, even if your husband is getting
Are
on
you
your nerves,
trashing your spouse?
you cannot.
No.
Ladies, trash
men, do not trash your wife.
husband. Men, do not ever.
Don't say do not ever. Why you put ever on the other one?
Because women don't. Well, yes,
they do.
Yes, they do.
Yes,
but
they do.
Men have a tendency to call their wives out of their names nowadays.
Wives call her husband.
Well, okay,
it
goes
both ways now.
Okay, well,
see,
because I mean, yeah.
But you have got to guard the stuff that you say to other people about your spouse.
Exactly, because the one thing that you have to remember is what you say to other people. Tomorrow, you'll forget about what you said about your husband or your wife. But that person that you was talking to gonna be like,
Or if they're really not they're not a true friend to you, they could use that against you to cause a wedge between your spouse.
Yep.
Between you and your spouse.
It can happen.
And it can happen because it does happen.
It does all
so,
the time.
You have to be careful about how you speak about your spouse to other people. When people ask me about my wife, I'll say, my wife's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She's my everything. She's my heart. That's how I present my wife to. I never ever go to her and say, man, my wife got on my last nerve. Even when she done something to get on my nerve, I don't tell people that she's on my nerve. I don't
get on your nerve.
Don't start that. But I'm just saying, I don't tell people that she's on my nerve. I don't tell people when she upsets me. I don't tell people that we have an argument. If we have a little tiff, I don't tell people that stuff. Why? Because like my wife just said, people will take that even though you forgiving each other an hour later, and now y'all kissing and hugging and making love and stuff. And then the other person sitting on there looking at it every time they see your husband, they're like, oh, sorry. Yeah,
So, but you just have to be careful. And I know,
hey, Tarsha,
ladies and men have to have someone that they can talk to about things and confide in. Just know who you're doing that with. Everything that goes on in your relationship is not worthy putting out there for everybody to know about. Or even that one person that you trust. Everything is not, you just don't tell everything. Yeah,
even if you're confiding in somebody, don't trash talk your spouse.
You shouldn't.
Period. Because this is one thing. There's power behind your words.
There is, definitely.
And you're speaking those things into existence.
Yep.
Man, my husband's sorry. My wife is no good in bed. Blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, this doesn't apply to us. But but what I'm saying is, you just spoken those things into existence. Those things are out there. There's power behind your words. And when you say them, now your husband has this, I'm a low down, dirty, whatever. And then your bride, man, she can't hold her own weight in the bed. So, now those things are out there. Now I said they didn't apply to us.
I know.
Okay, better get it right then.
I know. Ain't no doubt over here, bro. But no fun.
Yeah, high five on that. You got me sweating, girl. We finna get rid of John. No, I'm just
so, ladies, when you're talking to your husband and you're talking about your husband to other people, say things in a loving manner. I know you know how to do that little sweet baby talk.
No, don't do that. That's annoying.
Okay, so
no, do not do no baby.
So listen,
no baby talk. No,
okay,
don't baby talk me.
I didn't baby talk you earlier today when I was talking to you.
I know, but I was
letting you know what you look like to me and how you make
me feel.
Girl,
you had me all hyped
When you show me them pearly white teeth and you be smiling at me, and when you looking at me in those deep sultry eyes, and I can just dive into that pool and fall so far.
You putting it on thick. You're putting it on thick.
When you take those big, strong, masculine arms and wrap them around me,
the camera
how good that makes me feel.
You making me feel uncomfortable.
But these are the kind of things that I'm saying. You know, you can tell them because I did do a lot of that today because I was just feeling some type of way about my man, and I wanted him to know how he makes me feel. But at the same time, if you just said simple things like, you know, I really do appreciate when you did this. If you took out the trash, or if you just laid there next to me and was quiet and didn't make me watch football all night, I really appreciate you allowing me to watch TV shows that I like. I really appreciate you, period. And everything that you do.
There's nothing wrong with you telling your spouse that you appreciate her.
And that you love her or him.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not giving up anything to say that you appreciate or you love them or you respect them.
It does not make you weak to express.
As a matter of fact, you have you have great building blocks to build on your relationship from there.
Yes.
You know, and it all started, like I said, my wife reading the Songs of Solomon today, and how they really poured themselves into one another.
Exactly. You have to be willing to do that.
And how much are you willing to pour into your spouse? How much are you willing to put into your spouse?
And do you always be expecting something in return just because you put that love out there for your spouse?
I don't look for anything in return.
And it was like one time last year, around Valentine's Day last year, I put out there for all the women to, if you're not a romanticist, put forth the effort for about a week to see the different things that you can think of to do. Small things just to bring a smile to your husband's face. And for the husbands to do the same thing.
Right.
I'm outside of my comfort zone because I'm not a romantic person. I'm very touchy-feely in public. I don't know why. But in public,
she just be trying to keep her hooks in me and put the claims on me so nobody else won't be looking at me. That's
we are in public. Okay, so yeah, I don't mind doing a little touchy-feely at home, but when we at home, then I know it's going to jump off into something else. But when we're in public, it can't jump nowhere. But that touchy-feely stuff, and it gets him.
It does get me.
It gets me because he just be like, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, yeah, you claim your man. Yes. Let these ladies know that I'm yours. Don't nobody else want me, so. Meanwhile, let's see. But Tarsha says, I always tell hubby that he is so appreciated. And that is so good. You tell him every single day. You tell your wife that she's beautiful.
Get on over here with your sexy self.
You know, me and my wife, we always had this. When we're talking, and I know that there aren't some people that aren't that attractive. I just
don't be saying that.
No, listen. I'm just saying. Listen. But
I don't like that.
Yeah, but she don't like that, and she tells me that that when somebody takes that person that's not attractive, that they're attractive to someone else.
Exactly.
That somebody else finds them
attractive to somebody.
And even then, they you're gorgeous. You're beautiful.
You would get offended if someone was like, if you walked up on somebody and said, "Ooh, your wife look like a You would be offended. See. So that's why I'm always saying, you don't call people ugly, you don't call them fat, you don't call them too skinny, you don't call them too tall. You don't talk about their feet, you don't talk about their hair, if you don't have nothing nice to say, just don't say nothing. That's the way I feel about it.
But if you're spending the rest of your life with someone, there's something that caught your attention with that person. It could be something small. It might not be anything big, but something made you say, I do it. It wasn't just an arrangement or an agreement. It was something put a spark in you for that person.
Yeah, because I thought you were so ugly when I first met you.
Girl, I wasn't ugly.
I thought you were.
You're a lie.
I thought you were ugly. I thought you.
You needed the glasses you got on right now. That's what you needed, because there was nothing ugly about me then, and ain't nothing ugly now.
But but there's always something about another person that you find attractive. Right. And the first thing that attracted you was not my face.
Nope.
You was not attracted to that first. So
nope.
You could have probably been thinking that I was ugly, but look at that booty.
Yup.
But the whole thing is that there is something that drew you two together. So build on that. If you have any kind of issues, think about those things that brought you to that place.
Right.
And remember that's your gazelle. That's your
little
machine. That's your sexy dad.
When you say, think about. I guess that's why I like watching you walk through the house.
Cause you nasty.
I'm not nasty. I'm just saying that was the first thing that I found. You know, cause I I didn't see your face first when we met. I seen your butt when we met. Because you were walking by. No, you
just turn around. Let me see if the face matched the booty.
Exactly.
You're so disgusting. You so disgusting. Finish what you were saying.
When you turn around, woo woo.
Total pack.
Total pack. God almighty, I had to have it. You. Sorry. I'm teasing.
Okay.
But Tarsha says Irvin is watching with her, laughing aloud. He want to say something.
You should say it.
Say it. Type it in. Say it. We want you to be interactive with us.
So I just want y'all to take away from this whole thing, especially since you have the time to spend with your spouse. Have the just Marco said y'all funny kind of. But if you're having the opportunity to spend this COVID time with your husband and your family, find something that is productive to do together.
Right.
Find something that is sexy to do together.
Right.
And learn how to speak that love language in your words and with your bodies.
Your love language is every couple's love language is different.
Way different.
Because what works for us might not work for you.
Exactly.
So, but find what your love language is between you and your spouse,
and show it all the time. All the time. It does not hurt nobody.
Right.
Just keep it clean in public.
Yeah.
And I'll try to too.
Thank you. No, I'm just teasing. I'm teasing. Because I love the fact that you do that in public with me. It don't bother me at all. It makes me feel good. I feel like
you're not allowed to do that to me.
Whatever, I still do it. I put my arms around you.
I don't like.
I pull you close. I tap you on the butt. And you know I creep up on you and stuff like whoop whoop. Yeah. And then when somebody looking at you and they trying to eye you through the store, what do I do?
Nothing. Ow! Don't wait, baby. I'm sore.
I'm sorry you hurt. Oh, you done worked out good. Then you also like that.
Finish.
I'm sorry. I apologize. But yeah, guys, just take the time to learn your love language with your spouse. Even if you have to relearn things with your spouse. You know, because sometimes you have to learn things over again because you've been with them for so long till you lost that thing that spark.
That certain connection.
Yeah, you lost it, and everything just becomes just something to do.
And we are always growing and changing, and our bodies change, and our moods change. And I know the biggest thing that you've had to deal with is because I have bad mood swings, and I am so blessed that you are able to deal with the mood swings. Most people don't get to see that.
Yeah.
But I like I said, I'm blessed that you were able to deal with me and my different mood swings, and I try to keep them under control. And when I find out that I've kind of stepped over that mood swing line,
but see, that's another thing. When things like I know the mood swings is not you,
right?
So it allows me to be able to not put the focus on the mood swing and just say, okay, she's not gonna be like that.
It's just gonna last for 3 seconds.
It's gonna last for a minute and it's gonna be done. But a lot of people, they be like, look, you're not gonna keep talking to me like that. But me, I'm just saying. Because sometimes you get out there with your mood when you be in your mood swing.
I don't talk bad though.
Sometimes you do.
Really?
Yeah. But
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. Because but what did I start off with? I know that that's not my wife.
Yeah. And no, I don't have dementia for everybody who's thinking that.
I had to think, but I said I was thinking like, man, you sound like you might have dementia.
So no, I don't.
But just those things, find those common connections between you and your spouse.
Yes.
It don't have to be anything all extravagant or anything. It could be something as simple as, hey, the way she's rubbing my head right now. I went to Walmart. Was it yesterday
No.
that I went to Walmart?
It was Sunday.
It was Sunday.
Yes.
And when we were coming out, there was a young couple walking in, and there was no social distancing between them or nothing. They didn't have a mask on. They were holding hands, walking through the Walmart parking lot, giggling and having a great time.
And that's good.
And I looked and I said, now see, they get it between themselves because number one, they're touching one another, they're smiling at one another,
yes,
and they're enjoying each other's company, even walking through a Walmart parking lot. So I looked at that, and all I could do was smile. Is that and I kept thinking, wow, there's a couple that gets it.
It has a connection.
We love you too, Denise. And Tarsha says they are. I've really been enjoying him. A lot of bonding together.
It's so good,
and that is good.
Use this time to bond with one another.
And see, believe it or not, you wouldn't realize if you're like us and you spend a lot of time together anyway, and then you find yourself enjoying to spend more time with them. That is a plus.
It is a plus.
Because there are times where I didn't think that I would be able to enjoy spending more time with my wife than what I spend with her. And I put it to you like this. I want you to look at my schedule, my life. I work 11 to 12 hours a day on my job. And I pastor full time. And then also I had a side hustle. So I was real busy all the time. And there were times where I would want to just sit on the couch with her and do nothing. And for a minute, she couldn't understand that. And I'm like, I really need this time right here, right now with you on this couch. But we don't have to do anything. I'm not thinking about work. I'm not thinking about church. I'm not thinking about side hustle. I'm thinking about the time that we're spending right now.
I'm thinking about making some money. Oh, sorry.
But she finally started to get it. That when we're spending time together, that I needed that.
Yup. But I still wanted some money. I mean, because your side hustle involved me. So I was like, we're still together. Let's go get the money.
It was different, though.
It is different. It's different when you're... If he's laying there on the end of the sofa and he's just got his head on my leg and watching TV, when I tell you this man is in his happy place...
Happy place.
He is in his happy place. And sometimes, even though I'm like, we need to go make some money, even though I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sit here because that's what he's happy right there, right then. So I know that I'm like, okay, so you can do this today, baby. But tomorrow, we're going to get some money, right? And as long as he say yes, then I'm in my happy place. I'll sit there.
Okay, we went 15 minutes over.
Oh, I apologize, y'all.
No, it's all good. But
guys, we really wanted you guys to get in, and if you have the time, as a couple, go read the Songs of Solomon. As a couple, I'm telling you, when you see, just go read it. Read it and get back to me. Any kind of way that you can. If you got my phone number, call me. Let's talk about it. But this is what
we got a guy that's commenting.
A guy said something?
Yeah.
What
did it always be the ladies that be commenting? Watch this. Irvin says, I thought we were going to get sick of each other, but we were actually enjoying each other's company.
Yes.
We usually run the street, but now stuck in the house together, and it works. Yes.
He gets it.
You got it. You got
it. Being in the house and being under each other. Okay, so for a lot of people, you're going to find out, like I said at the beginning, you're going to find out during this time where you have to stay at home and you cannot just be out there running the street. Because all couples can get along as long as they're getting out of the house and they're out there running the street. But when you are stuck in the house with one another, oh yeah, those true colors, they're going to come out.
Yeah.
You're either going to choke each other out or you're going to learn that this ain't so bad. That's a really cool chick.
That's a really cool girl. Look at dude. Yeah.
You're a cool dude. You might be.
You're right. Because
it's gonna be one way or the other, you know. You're like, oh, I can't wait till this over so I can go back to work.
No.
I want to stay in the bed with you, baby.
Exactly, because I be at work talking like, I wish I was at home with you. Because she'll video call me and she's still in the bed looking up at me. And I'm like, man,
what you doing?
I...
What it look like I'm doing?
I'm like, I wish I was at home in the bed. I wish I was at home in the bed with you, but you know, but it is what it is. But guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in tonight.
And sticking around for so long, because
yes,
we both get a little.
And listen, we've enjoyed all the comments. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing your comments, and please feel free to comment some more. We look forward to reading them and responding to them.
Let us know what y'all doing fun as couples during this lockdown. So, I mean, I want to find something fun to do other than sex.
Irva says she's still slick with the mouth though.
It happens. No comment on that. It happens
because she still be trying to get slick with the mouth.
No. I'm a sweetheart. Everybody who knows me knows that I am the sweetest, most gentle, most loving person you will ever meet.
I'm gonna move for the lightning strikes.
You saying a lie?
Girl, I wouldn't call you no liar.
But that's what you just did.
No, I didn't.
You said lightning gonna strike.
Did I do it? Did I say it?
All right. So on that note, yeah, just get in touch with us and let us know what y'all doing that is fun as couples, so we can do it too. Yeah.
Tarsha Irvin, I'm glad you guys.
Was Wendy laughing at all?
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and I really do love the comments. Thank you so much. Guys, my name is Andrew, and this is my beautiful wife,
Rhonda.
And we're 32 Forever. We're getting ready to chime off. We love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your week and weekend.
Wonderful rest
Spend
of your
time
week.
with your spouses. Love on them. And respect them, and just have a great time together. Y'all be good. We love you.
And
Bye.
get some of that love language going there.
Amen.
We'll talk to y'all later. Okay, I stood